Hey guys, welcome to Unbiased Rugby. So I'm going to be talking about the Six Nation games that happened over the weekend. Pretty good games. I watched two games in full live, and then the one game I actually only got to watch the first half. But I'm just going to go through the scores and then I'm going to talk about the game. So the first game of the weekend, obviously had Scotland versus Ireland, and Scotland went down 22-13. Next game we had Italy against Wales, and Italy went down 26-15. And then the last game of the weekend we had England versus France, and France went down 44-8. So yeah, I did watch the first game, the Scotland-Ireland game. I wasn't too impressed with the game. It was a little bit stop-start, but I just felt Ireland didn't really have to try very hard to win that game. And taking no disrespect to Scotland, but they just made too many knock-ons. They made mistakes at the wrong time, and they had more of the possession. I think they had more of the possession during the game. They'd go through the phases and then there'd be a knock-on, and it was quite bad. And Ireland didn't really have to do much. At one point, even the commentator said all they were doing was just trying to get Wales to have a penalty, Scotland to have a penalty, and then they'd kick down and take their points. So literally Ireland didn't have to try very hard to win that game. Ireland needed that victory to get back on track. But yeah, I was not impressed with the Scottish side at all. I don't know what the issue is. Maybe they were having with Stuart Hogg going off so early. Maybe that did cause a lot of problems with the defence at 15. Plus, he's a really good playmaker. Finn Russell's excellent. So yeah, it was a strange game. And then obviously when Johnny Sexton went down, Carvery he took a while to get into the game. He had some atrocious passes and moves, but he did get into the game. He did break some tackles, and some of those tackles should never have been broken by him. But yeah, I think Ireland have got quite a few injuries at the moment, so their depth is being tested. But yeah, it's hey Gordon.
Hey, hello John.
So their depth is being tested, but like literally, I think Scotland were their worst enemy. I don't think Ireland won that game. I think Scotland lost the game. The next game of the weekend, we had Wales versus Italy. We've got Gordon here. Come say hello, Gordon.
Good day all.
Gordon was
late arrival.
Yeah, Gordon was asleep when I started. We've actually got baboons all over the property at the moment. We live in an area where we have troops of baboons, like a biosphere, and there's just troops and troops of baboons at the moment, and they are so destructive. Our dustbins have got clamps on the top, and they bolted to the fence. Even the pot plants went to...
Hey, they eat the pot plants, they'd eat me if I was outside.
Yeah, eat everything. It's just, it's like literally destructive. In some places, they can actually take sliding doors off the thing. So yeah, you've really got to be in your toe when they're around. But they are beautiful creatures, I must admit. They really are absolutely amazing, especially because now they've got their babies and everything. But yeah, let's get back to the thing. Then I was just talking about the Scotland-Ireland game, the game that we watched.
Yeah.
And I just felt that Scotland didn't play very well.
You know, you expect a lot more from Scotland to say they're a powerful team.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It was very, very disappointing.
It was disappointing.
Yeah.
I just said I don't think Ireland won. I think Scotland lost.
Yeah.
then next game of the weekend, which I only watched the first half, was Wales against Italy. I wasn't really going to watch the game, but I did watch a little bit of it. I know Wales went into the game with 10 changes. That's quite a lot for their starting 15. Yeah. So they were literally testing their depth, and I think that Wales side has got such depth at the moment. And yes, it's not the greatest of victories against Italy, but
win is a win.
A win is a win, you know. And playing with 10 of your non-starting players, that's impressive for a team. So still have the same functionality going forward. Then we're going to talk about the last game of the weekend, which was I thought it would be the most interesting game.
France.
It was they played at Twickenham, so it's England versus France.
Yeah.
And France went down 44-8.
Wow.
And I'm not going to take anything away from England. It was the most dominant display of rugby I haven't I've seen in a long time. They were running onto the ball, catching the ball and going into contact. And you can't stop that. Every single time they were gaining a few meters, gaining a few meters, gaining a few meters. That tactical kicking by what's his name, man, number 10. My memory's getting bad. Farrell. That's really bad of us, guys. It's been a long weekend, so
I was halfway there.
So Owen Farrell's tactical kicking was amazing.
I never watched that game. I'd like to have.
It'll be on again this week.
But I watched the replay.
Yeah, it'll be on again. It'll probably be on tomorrow night. On our pay channel, we get to watch it the whole week. They repeat it about 50 times, so I'm sure we'll get to watch it. Owen Farrell's tactical kicking, his space awareness was really good. But I just think they're just dominant. It was literally, you know what it felt like? Remember when South Africa lost 57-0 to New Zealand? That's a hiding. That's exactly the same feeling I had.
The hiding's a slaughter.
Yeah, that French side. I'm sorry to say, I'm always a very positive kind of person, and I try to look at the positives. But that French side was abysmal. It was the worst French performance that I have seen, and that's even taking the game against Fiji into account. Where they lost. There is something fundamentally flawed in French rugby, and I think the problems start right at the top at the French Rugby Union, because I honestly feel that the top 14 clubs have too much power. Their provincial club rugby or whatever it is. They've got too much power. They are bringing in too many international stars. They've got so much money, these top 14 clubs, that there's no national interest anymore. And I think even the national interest from the public has also disappeared, because there has to be some kind of impetus put into the national side. There has to be, because we can't have a French side that plays like that. It was shocking. It was an absolute shocker. And I'm trying to think of one player that stood out. Maybe that wing.
I never watched the game. I'm going to watch the replay, and then I could comment on it.
But it was Gordon. You actually won't believe how bad it was. And not taking away from England. England would have beaten almost any team on playing the way that they played that day. But they came up against a French side that didn't know. They were at 6s and 7s. They didn't know what was going on. I don't know what the combinations are. I don't know what their game plan is. I don't know what their defensive structure is. They had no cover defense. They had absolutely nothing. And I look at the head coach and I look at the coaches around him and I think, what the hell are you doing? And I have a sneaky feeling if they lose the next game, I don't know who they're playing, but the way they played on Saturday, they'd lose against Italy.
Of course they would. They
would lose against Italy, and if they lose against Italy, look, it's a World Cup year. You don't want to get rid of your coach in a World Cup year, but it's going to happen. They got the Rugby World Cup in 2023.
what do we know? I don't even know.
2019. Look, I'm not trying to rant and rave about the French side. It's just I was looking forward to the game. I enjoyed watching England play, and I hated watching the French play. And when I watched the Springbok game when they lost 57-0 at halftime, I was so angry that I had to walk up the mountain behind my house. And I had that exact same feeling when I was looking at the French, because I'm going, I know the French, from the 90s, and
as a young boy they used to come and play
flair, and it used to be that the New Zealanders used to be scared of playing the French because you didn't know what was going to arrive. There's this flair, this passing rugby, and I don't know what's happened. I really don't know what's happened. Maybe you guys can comment on what you guys think is wrong with French rugby, because I'm sorry to say I've got a feeling they're going to lose against Italy the way they're playing.
Yeah, it remains to be seen.
It does remain to be seen. But listen, guys, what was your favourite moment of the match of the weekend? I'm trying to remember whose try it was. I think it was the Scottish try. Finn Russell went through, and then he did a strange pass on the ground. Such awareness.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
Probably my try of the weekend. But what was your favourite moment? What was your favourite game? Did you enjoy it? Do you think, because there's only 2 teams now that can go get the Grand Slam, either England or Wales, do you think they're going to win, and do you think they're going to get the Grand Slam? But listen, guys, I hope you have a great week. Chat soon. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.